Okay, so we're talking about physical comedy, Lotsie, slapstick, whatever you want to call it, and just talking about how you actually perform those safely and effectively. So just like stage combat, these things are done with, like I said, safety first, then performing the structures correctly and in order, the choreography as it were, and then the last thing is the performance. Hi, Hero. Everyone, this is my cat, Hero. Goodbye. So when we're performing those things in that order, it's going to let us do it safely, but at the same time convincingly. So if you're not in a place that already has some carpet, I fortunately have my son's play mat here. It's a nice, beautiful carpet. Happy Pride Month, by the way, everybody. I would go somewhere that has soft flooring. You don't need to do this on soft flooring. Obviously, theaters don't have carpet everywhere. They tend to have fairly hard surfaces. If you're lucky, it has a sprung floor. And here's just going to stay with us to watch how to do this as well. That said, for now, for the starters, I would recommend a soft surface. Now, if you have a partner to help you with this, that's fantastic. And if you've done stage combat, you already know how to fall. But we're going to go through the basics of a pratfall, okay? So the first thing you want to do when you have a pratfall is always keep your hands forward. And that's why if you have a partner, I'm going to recommend that you work with them, take their hands, and they're going to help you. All that we have when we do a pratfall is it's just sitting down, but with one leg. You can practice this sitting down with two legs and then work up towards one. But the main thing you want is the area clear. So I've cleared the carpet. I've made sure there's nothing immediately behind me except for my cat, who needs to go because Hero, oh no! Otherwise, you're not going to be very safe, are you? Okay, there we go. Let's hope he stays there. If not, it's going to be a really fun video. So with your partner, they're going to help you sit all the way down, and then you fall back. Now, as you saw, I kind of clunked to the ground. That's because I didn't bring my second leg up. With your partner, that's great. If you don't have a partner, you're going to want to try to do it all just with one leg. Because what you're aiming for is to sit on the ground. Sit, and then you fall back. So, really important, make sure there's nothing around you. That's your safety. The act is however you fall. You might get pushed, so there's a little instigation there. You might slip on a banana peel, but whatever you do, you have to keep that leg out and sit all the way down. That's your action. Ooh, you get pushed. Oh, you slip on the banana peel. Maybe it's icy. Whatever that is, that's your action, and the reaction is you sitting down. So, slip on the banana peel, sit. I'm on the ground, sit. You'll notice I keep my chin tucked forward. One of the most important things in this is that we don't let our head, we don't let our head ever go back until our shoulders are back. And even when we let our head go back, we don't hit it on the ground. We just lie on the ground. Hello. Oh, he wants to wrestle now. Okay, so that's the really important thing. You have your cue, make sure everything's safe. The action that causes you to slip, so that cue is either eye contact with your partner or you placing, let's say, as soon as I step here, that's where I do my action. So your cue is stepping in the place that you need to, getting pushed by your partner, whatever that cue is. Action is you actually instigating the fall. The reaction is falling. Ooh, and the performance is the falling or the slipping or whatever that is. Ooh, and getting back up. So, when it comes to pratfalls, you want to have a cue, which is either your partner pushing with eye contact, a step really clearly in one spot where you know you're always going to fall. Then after the action is the reaction to whatever that is, the push, the slipping on the banana. You sit till your bum touches the ground. Then you lean back until your shoulders touch the ground, and only then is it safe to let your head touch the ground. But again, that's touch the ground, not clunk or fall or anything like that. That's how you do a pratfall. So just one more time, kind of quickly. I'm walking, right? Nice and quick, still gonna look good, and there's lots of other ways you can do this, but that's the starting place I want you to think about. have fun falling, and we'll get on to a few more things. Okay, hi everyone. So now we're going to work on the slapstick, Lotsie, physical comedy of tripping up the stairs. Now that doesn't mean falling into the stairs, falling forward. It means tripping as you walk up the stairs. There's a couple ways to do this. I'm going to show you one major way and then you can play with it. There's a few key points that we need to focus on. The first being safety. The reason we're not going to work on tripping down the stairs, and the technique is different, is that you have gravity working with you, so that's really, really dangerous, and we're not going to focus on that right now. We're going to work on tripping up the stairs. So just like with everything, the most important thing is safety. So we're going to always know what our measure is, and that's also controlled by this hand railing. So I think all staircases should have a hand railing, but if yours doesn't, find one that does. Go to a public place or something, but somewhere safer. Again, having a hand railing, at minimum, a banister of some kind that you can use that will actually take your weight, that isn't just totally smooth. So the safety is grabbing the hand railing. I'm going to actually include those as part of the first action, is your hand and your first foot going up on here. And one of the things that you might not be able to see very easily is the fact that my foot isn't placed all the way on the stair. It's actually just the ball of my foot and my toe, right? I don't have my heel planted at all on this staircase. That's your cue. This is you setting up for this fall. Here's your cue. The action, which is the next step of this, is placing all of your weight on this second stair. Now you can do this either way. You can do left foot first, right foot, but you need to do these things together, which is how we walk normally. We go to grab the staircase, oh, grab, right? We grab it and we put our foot at the same time. I'm just doing it this way so it's a bit more open. Grab the banister, your ball of your foot and your toe, and then as soon as this foot is placed, that's what allows the response. Now, just to break down the physiology of what's actually happening here, when you trip on a staircase like this, what's happening is basically exactly what we're recreating, is you haven't planted your whole foot on this, you only planted enough of your foot that you have some weight, but as soon as you place your second foot, there's not as much weight on here, so because your toe is so close to the edge, it slips out. You can recreate this or try to see what this feels like by this is just an experiment, instead of placing your first foot here, place your second foot and try to put your first foot on here. It's really not super easy, and you can feel that if you already have weight on this front foot, this one, you're not placing it in the most normal way. So my point is there's not a lot of weight on it, and so the first foot is more likely to slip. Cue, action, and the response is you just simply relax your foot, put your heel back, and your toe will slide off. So put your heel back and your toe will slide off. It's important that you have the second foot and your hand on the railing because there's 2 points of contact that are going to help you from actually falling during this process. So cue, action, response, and then the performance can be falling forward. The performance can be falling further down, right? Whatever your performance needs to be. So just a bit more quickly, like that. And that's all it is. That's falling up the staircase. You can do that over and over again to make it a really fun Lotsie, the person who just doesn't know how to walk up the stairs, or maybe there's something wrong with that specific stair. Right? That person just can't get up that staircase, or they've forgotten how to climb stairs. Anyway, something worth playing with. Cue, action, response, and performance. That's how you fall upstairs. Okay, so now we're going to practice the Lotsie of hitting your head. Now, remember, just like everything else we're doing today, the important part is that you are safe first, and then you're perfect in terms of your the order of events of choreography, and then the performance is the last thing you put on it. So in terms of safety, the first thing you want to check is there's nothing around the area that's going to cause you any trouble. So There's nothing on the floor around me. I might want to move some of this stuff out of the way just to clear the space even more. This might spill if I'm not careful. And now I've got a pretty clear working surface. When you're hitting your head, you're never actually hitting your head, okay? Because if you're wearing glasses, you might also break those. So remember, the actions are the cue, which is the safety, the act, the response to the act, and then the performance is after that. So the cue, because it's just a one-person situation, is me touching the table. I now know how far away the table is. Let's say the whole Lazzi is I drop my phone. Oh, I dropped my phone. I know I'm going to pick it up, right? I put my hand on the table so I know how far away the table is. I go down to grab my phone, and I can see, I'm looking at the table when I go to hit it with my face, and then you can't see this off camera, but I'm actually gonna hit the table and make it look like that's how I hit my head. So cue, I know how far away the table is. Action, I go to pick up my phone, I'm looking at the table itself. Then I have my nap, which is just telling how, it's just making the sound that I've actually made contact. So once my face is here, and to you it looks like I'm touching it, and then I react, and the performance is, oh, I hit my head. Okay? So I'm texting, drop my phone, oh no. Cue, action, response, and performance. Oh, my head. Okay? Now this is on video, so in the theater it's a little different because you have a different angle, but essentially everything is the same. You just need to be aware of where your audience is viewing from. You're all viewing from the same place right there, so it's really easy for me to control this angle. So let's do it one more time. Here we go. I drop my phone. I go to pick it up. Oh, jeez Louise. Okay, one more time. I drop my phone. I go to pick it up. Oh. And that's how we're gonna do a head hit nap.